Hello, good evening, and welcome to Retro Cup in Live for Speed. It's round 4. We're at Fern Bay Retro for an evening which is set to be pretty delicious. It's a bit of a change of lineup this evening in the commentary box because Rob and Kieran are away for this one, but we've got Adam Sears and Jibin Lee joins us for this one. Jibin, start with you. How are you feeling?
Very excited. First time doing Retro Cup, and just for making a little correction, it's Lou. But
yeah, I
very
knew
excited.
I'd messed that one up, but thanks. Sorry for that. Yep, glad to have you with us, of course. Adam, welcome back to the commentary box. You're going to lead us away for tonight. How are you feeling?
Good evening. Yeah, excited, nervous, thrilled. It's going to be a good one, I think.
It should be. We've got lots to cover before the start of the race in around about 8 minutes' time. So let's get straight on with it, shall we? And show everyone what is coming up in the championship. We have 7 rounds. We are basically halfway through the championship, halfway through tonight, with 3 rounds left to go, including that all-important 2-hour endurance at the end of the year in December. Tonight, though, it's all about Fern Bay Retro, which looks like a pretty tantalising prospect. It's based on, I guess, several other configurations that we've used in the past, including, Locomania, a few others, but notable exceptions are that we have the classic loop at the top there, which has gone by so many different names in the past, but we'll just call it the classic loop for today. And notably, the start-finish straight points down the track there, and we go straight over the big jump, which has been, let's say, accentuated for tonight. So we may see more of Roni going airborne, Adam.
I know that was absolutely insane last race. You missed it. After this one, go back and have a look at the replay. It was crazy the amount of air he got on that.
It was excellent, yes. Tonight we're going to have 40 laps of racing. We've just concluded the qualifying session. We'll go through the results of those in a moment. But before we do, let's play you an onboard video that Lorenzo has prepared ahead of tonight's action to show you what to expect with the Wessex.
Here we go, full speed on the start-finish straight, up to 6th gear, 280 kph, up into the jump section, and down we go again. First real corner of the track is a fast right-hander, very tricky corner. It kind of pushes you on the outside. We just need to stay on the inside to avoid the grass on the outside, and down we go again, flat out into this very tight and spectacular section. And here we go on the back straight of Fern Bay to one of the most dangerous corners of the track. This chicane is a full speed chicane. We jump on the curbs, very dangerous place here. And then we go again into this very hard braking zone. Perfect opportunity for overtakes here. And we climb all the way up the hill. Very spectacular place here. It's another pretty slow right-hander. It's very important here to get the best exit into this downhill left-hander, 2nd or 3rd gear, depending on the car. And we climb back onto the hill. We try to avoid these height curves here that can send you into the hyperspace. And now we go again downhill, very fast right-hander corner, 4th or 5th gear corner, very fast, and we carry out as much speed as possible into this very important section. Another big braking zone, another opportunity for overtaking here. Very tricky corners here. It's a sequence of corners, so it's very important to link them all together. We try carry out the speed here into this very fast bridge section straight. It's a very spectacular location here. Go up to 6th gear again and into one of the fastest corners of the race. Here we go, very fast left-hander, flirting with the walls here. We carry out as much speed as possible and into this long section of very fast corners. Left, right, left again. It's very important to stay close to the apex. This last complicated chicane, jumping on the curbs again and into the last corner of the race. It's a long, never-ending left-hander corner, trying to not lose the apex here, but we go flat out, full gas again into the main straight, and this is a lap of Fern Bay Retro.
That was a wonderful track presentation by Lorenzo. Thanks so much for giving that to us, Lorenzo, to show on the broadcast. It's definitely a good one to watch. So this is going to be a fun one, Adam. I think we've got lots and lots of potential for overtaking with these huge straights, and it doesn't look as complicated or as narrow and tight as the previous rounds.
Yeah, I hope everyone's got their tea and biscuits ready, because this is, you're not going to be able to leave for the next 90 minutes. As we normally, it's always pretty action-packed. We've got lots of long straights here. We've got lots of not easy corners, but there's nothing here to trick you. So I think we're going to see lots of action. People saying nose to tail the whole time. It's going to be brilliant.
It is indeed. Let's show you the classes and then we'll get on with the racing.
Introducing the road class. Porsche Camera and Piran Firefly 200. These two cars are evenly matched and will bring some of the most spectacular action in the Retro Cup. These two cars have very different strength. For example, the Porsche is much faster in the straights, while the Piran Firefly is a lightweight car capable of going full attack in the corners and make for a great spectacle. Introducing the Group 5. These GT cars are absolute beasts, capable of reaching speeds up to 300 kph. The Fern Mustang Pro and the Porsche will bring the heat on the Retro Cup calendar. These cars have different strengths. For example, the Porsche is an absolute monster on the straights, while the Mustang Pro is a much more balanced car. These two cars are evenly matched and will bring the heat on the Retro Cup. Introducing the Prototype 2. Based on the mid-70s sports prototypes, the Wessex R74 is a fan favorite of the Retro Cup. Introduced in the Season 1 of the Sears, this car is fast and very well balanced, and can even challenge the top class in some of the twistier tracks. You have to expect close battle and wheel-to-wheel action in all the rounds of the series. Welcome to the Prototype 1. This is the top class, the fastest cars of the Retro Cup. McElroy and Fern. Two extremely fast and dangerous prototypes, capable of reaching speeds up to 350 km per hour. You'll have to show respect to these cars, or you could find yourself flying around the racetrack. The McElroy is the most powerful car in the series, but the Fern have better drivability. These cars will bring the drivers to their absolute limit, and will bring some of the most spectacular action you'll ever see on Leap for Speed. Are you ready for the challenge, Retro drivers?
Another excellent video there by Lorenzo introducing the classes for today's action. Let's quickly run you through the qualifying, shall we, and show you how everybody stacks up at the beginning of the race for the Le Mans start. It's going to be Gabba leading the way. He has made a switch, Adam, to the Prototype 1 class for this one.
He's crazy, isn't he?
He is, indeed.
I don't know what he's up to. That's mad.
Mad. And he's actually out-qualified Thamuli, who takes P2. Then we've got Maserati, Hachiroku, Rayman, Simox, Lorenzo there in the Prototype 2 class, with Roni and Texas also in the Prototype 1 class. Lagutskas got pole in Group 5 ahead of Cried, Hiwatt, Tamas, Tim DC, and Lote and Voitas, with LG Meese there in P13, the final and fifth and final car in the Prototype 1 class. Then we've got Hack OS there in P18 in Prototype 2, Vibe Station in P19 for Group 5, and then the pole position in the road class goes to Trespasser for tonight's race, and it's a big class, this one again. Sufor, Donald, Stephen Martin, Stiefler, Mad Jester, Magic, Jamie Trester, Omar and Hermani are your 29 qualifiers for today. Shibin, this is going to be action-packed.
Yeah, I've also seen here for the Fireflies, we've got Sufor and Trespasser doing the same lap time, so we will see a very first fight for P1 as for Sufor and Trespasser.
I mean, chance of getting exactly the same lap time as slim, so that's just crazy consistency from them. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. It's great. Shout.
Yeah, there's the graphic on screen confirming what Shibin was saying. Yeah, it's such a long lap, this, and the void to Donald in P3 is massive. It's almost a second. So over a 2-minute 51 lap time, they managed to post exactly the same time. That is super impressive. The drivers are being asked to join. We are going to get going in just a couple of moments' time, at which point I will hand the microphone over to Adam Sears, who will take the grid for the start. It's going to be a good one. Buckle up and get ready for round 4 of the Retro Cup at Fern Bay Gold. Adam, any thoughts before the race gets starting?
Well, something we did, our attention was brought to, is that Rayman has switched teams from Born to Race to Race Green. which means he is Lorenzo's teammate in the same car. So it'll be interesting to see how setup and things work out between those two, and if that's going to have any effect on their performance this race.
That's huge news. I hadn't actually clocked that, but you're right. Rayman making the switch to race green, and yeah, he's driving in the same class as Lorenzo. He's actually out-qualified him, so that's a turnout for the books. We'll have to see how that goes. The drivers are being ushered to the grid. I think a few of them are still we're still waiting on a couple, but as soon as we have pictures on the track, we will let you know, of course. Yeah, well, the track has been inspired today by Brazil, I think. There, Sears.
I think so. We've got a lot of Brazilian-based sponsors, a lot of sort of heads and centre hallbacks to the heyday. I think it's meant to be based in Jamaica. So I'm not sure if it's a sort of continental sponsorship or if we are transported to Brazil. But it's really good aesthetically, regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, just looks like we've got a slight delay here while the drivers get themselves sorted out. We'll have a look through actually the championship standings. We were going to go through them a little bit later, but we have a bit of time to do that right now. So why don't we get into it? It's Thamuli leading the way for Zafrales in the Prototype 1 category there. So he's leading in Prototype 1. What's going on in Prototype 2? At the top of that, we've got Maserati. And at the top of the Group 5 category at the moment, it is Gabba, which is a bit weird considering he switched to 2 other classes. So we'll see which one he actually ends up featuring in the most, shall we say, at the end of this year. Sears.
Yeah, well, we were wondering if he was going to go for a double championship of the Prototype 2 and Group 5, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible if he's also dabbling into Prototype 1 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's head to the track, shall we? Because we've got cars on the grid. Adam Sears, take us away for the start.
Yeah, obviously, Le Mans start. We're at an angle. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully, we get a clean start. It's been pretty 50-50 so far this year. And we're away. Looks pretty good so far. Not had anyone flipping or dying, but we've not hit a corner yet, so hopefully we'll be good with that one. Mooley has taken the lead back from that qualifying, and Roney there in that McLaren straight to the lead. Crazy.
Oh, we've got a crash in the midfield there with some that's Lorenzo involved. He's been spun, and here come the road class cars. Huge gaggle.
It's just, I don't know. It feels like it's been a staggered start, but it's obviously not. That's just pace difference on the straight.
Yeah.
And Roney's lost the lead immediately.
Yeah, Magic's also looped it. We've got cars heading through the green chicane already as we head towards the middle sector of the lap, and it's been a hectic start. It has to be said.
Roney's gone wide.
Yeah, Gabba has lost the lead to Thamuli. That's big news.
Yeah, that was straight off the line as well. Thamuli just obviously snatched that one. Gabba maybe got the start wrong, got too much wheel spin, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, Thamuli's taken that lead and doesn't look like he wants to give it back up again.
Well, new driver
wide from Gabba there on the grass.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a lot of that. I think in the dirty air, the car is really, really difficult to control as Rayman is on his outing for his new team. He's looking up the rear of, who's that? Is it Maserati? Yes, he's chasing down the Prototype 2 class leader at the moment with Simox right on his tail. In fact, there might be a move here.
Yes, that's a huge dive bomb. And he's made that pretty well. That's, no complaints there.
Hako S is off in the background. He's just getting back up to speed here in his
looks like he's got some damage on the left rear as well. That's unfortunate. Yeah,
he can navigate that back down to the pits. He does have time. But that's going to be a big drop down the order overall. But look at this. Thamuli again opens up the gap over Gabba, who, as we said before, has made the switch up to the Prototype 1 class to battle with Thamuli. And let's see what they're like in equal machinery tonight, Sears. It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
I think it's a bit early to say 0 to 0 for Gabba with that pole and immediately dropping out on the start. But yeah,
I think that's
a second half gap already.
It's harsh, but let's see. Let's see what you can.
Yeah,
let's give him a chance, shall we?
We've seen Thamuli run away with it the past few races. Obviously, last time Rody gave him a good run until he made a mistake. We'll see what happens with Gabba in that Firenze. See if he can get back on the back and have a challenge. A bit of a tight. That part of the track is straight and flat, but it's very tight. You definitely can't go side by side through there, I don't think. But it's one of those ones where it's kind of a challenge, but also not, because I mean you're just going straight, but at the same time, you don't want to be. It's a bit tight. You don't want to be smashed into the walls.
2-4 has taken the lead over Trespasser in the road class. Can't say when that happened, but there is a big gap between these two and Donald. Donald has dropped back a long way. He's already 3 seconds back from these two after just 1 lap.
Well, we saw that in qualifying, and see in the past we've seen that Porsche road class car has had really good straight line speed, but has struggled a bit in the corners. There's quite a few corners here. They're not massively slow speed, really, and there's some pretty long straights. But I don't know, maybe there's just not quite enough on the straights to make up for it in the corners.
Jibin, Gabba looks like he's closing up on the back of Thanuli. This could be the opportunity on the back straight.
Yeah, he's got the slipstream now. Let's see if I think the Mulio's got a very good exit than that corner. As we're seeing, he's going to the fast section now.
Yeah, it's the fastest corner of the lap, this one. And Gabba in the dirty air runs wide, and that's going to hurt him all the way through this tight and twisty section where you really don't want to have a car punching a dirty hole in the air. But a bit of a slide there for Thanuli, not enjoying. Oh, and again, he's really pushing here.
Yeah, it's a crazy part of the track. It's so fast and so high speed. It just flows from one corner to the other. If you make a mistake early on, it's going to hurt you all the way around. And obviously, Thanuli losing the rear a couple of times. Gabba's closed right up. Really putting him under pressure now.
This is looking tantalising. We can't cut away from this battle. Not right now. We have got way too much to look at here. We've got drivers making moves. In the background, we've got Hachiroku, Maserati, and Simox all making their way past Roni. And remember, Roni is driving the Prototype 1. He's just managed to get back past as we watch Gabba now have a massive run. Let's see if he can get it done. Is he close enough?
Well, they both looked a bit squirrely through that tight section. But yeah, he does have a slight run. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to make a move, but he's definitely putting him under pressure.
Yeah, he's definitely closed up as well. Let's see if he can make it into the classic loop.
Not quite. He's not. He's there though, isn't he? He's shown his nose. Really trying to. The mood's gone tight as well. He's obviously really worried. He's kind of in his head a bit, I think, already.
I think Gabba wants to put him some pressure since I think he's much faster than the Muli, but he's just backing up intentionally. I think. I don't know.
Well, at the end of the day, it's an hour and a half race, and we are 3 laps into it. So he doesn't need to be in front. If he can just sit behind and put him under pressure, he doesn't need to be the one being hunted. If he can just sit behind and hunt right until the end, see if the Muni makes a mistake, or if he's got the pace, just make that move in the last couple of laps. We head onto the railway bridge there, and I think this is going to be an early contender for Rayman of livery of the race with that beautiful 7-Up Prototype 2.
It's really nice, isn't it? There's some good liveries, as we said, as you guys have said in the previous rounds, and that is a nice entry into the collection for sure.
I can see some very luminous green stripes on there, presumably for his team.
Oh yeah, got it. You can't be in race green without at least some absurdly bright green.
Oh yeah, really does take that to the extreme, doesn't he, with that dinosaur Prototype 1 McLaren.
Here we go.
Oof. This could be spicy. He's going for it.
Over the jump, yeah. They're giving each other room, but let's see how this goes as they go flat out down to the first corner. Oh, it looks brilliant as the nose on both cars lift up. But Gabba with the slipstream, he definitely got air on those front wheels.
And a gap as well already. I know the slipstream. I know he used a lot of slipstream. He obviously pulled out and was alongside for a long time. But he's just obviously got a lot of pace in that car.
Well, the timing tower won't reflect the change in the lead just yet. It will do it at the sector line, but Gabba has moved up into P1 in P1.
So much curve through there.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, these guys are really, really pushing because that is a tricky chicane in the slower cars, let alone when you're going flat out in a Prototype 1 that just wants to snap on you. As we have to switch our attention to the road leaders. Trespass has got back through, but Sufor...
Oh!
In the bales!
Oh, no!
Yeah, he's okay, I think. Yeah, he's back on his way, but that's a lot of time lost. Nothing Sufor could have done. Completely self... self-inflicted from Trespass there.
I thought we were going to see 3 out of 4 races where Trespass is on his roof again. Fortunately, he's kept it down, but that was close.
It was. Donald has managed to get overtaken by Steve Martin, or should I say Steve Martin's got past. So the early lead contender in the opening rounds, Donald, finds himself out of podium contention already in this race.
Hacko trying to make his way back through the field as well.
That is LG Meese trying to find his way through. He's being very, very polite, isn't he? Very patient with these road cars. Just doesn't want to get in their way.
Exactly what you want to see.
Well, yeah.
Well, we've seen a few times where the faster cars will go for gaps which don't exist and wipe people out. So it's good to see him being sensible and waiting for the opportunity. He's got much more performance, so he doesn't need to go for a dodgy move.
Sure, but I would say that he needs to get a move on. There we go. He's finally found a gap and is on his way again. You can see LG Meese there at the bottom right using VR, so that's going to be a proper immersive experience around here in these cars, that's for sure. Fair play to him.
That performance difference, he's done 3 of the road cars all on the same straight and nearly got Sufor as well.
Yeah, just biding his time and making his race how he wants it to be. As we switch back to our race leader, who has different ideas. He's just going to send it on every single
Well, it's
car.
a slightly different situation for them because they are currently in a battle for the win. So you can't really hang about when you're in that position. Fortunately, people are getting out of their way and being sensible.
Look at this.
But Samuli, that run, there must be some kind of drafting situation here because on this straight, they are both pulling out such a massive gap when they're behind. Didn't quite make the move, but he's definitely pressuring.
Yeah, it's just brilliant to watch, especially when we're catching slower class cars into the tight and twisty stuff as we head up over the classic loop once again. And I did think that was on potentially there for Thamuli, but maybe the traffic helped Gabba where they went side by side over the start finish on the green home straight. They've got a few more of the road car classes to get through. In fact, no, just Sufor now. They've navigated Trespasser, but look at the gap now between Sufor and Trespasser. That's pretty vast.
Yeah, I'm not sure that curb's helped Thamuli there. Yeah, he hit that one and no one else was, and I think he might have slowed him down a little bit. He's lost a bit of a run, but we'll see what happens when we get to the long straights further down. I think we are coming in. Oh, that's Hermione off. Hopefully that's not damage. It's just I'm going to guess a minor spin. He didn't look like he's hit anything.
No, absolutely. And a car that was looking so planted, and so a driver that was so well in sync with his car.
That was that seeing what's going from it? No, okay. I thought he was going to try and brake around the outside then. That would have been insane.
Especially with Omar and Madjester just battling, and there Madjester getting around on Omar. As that's Roney in the background. Madjester's ended up with some damage. Not sure where he got that, but Roney's through. So too is Raymond.
Sorry, Pete, I interrupted you when you talking about the cars being planted.
I was going to say that Thamuli in the previous rounds has looked planted and in complete control of his car, but today that is not the story. He's being shaken and pushed to the absolute limit by Gabba at the moment, as we see here Simox and Maserati cutting their way through the traffic.
Well, also it does lend some question marks for those people in the lower classes that are maybe eyeing up a move next year, because really, first 2 races looked dominant. Last race, when Roney got challenged and he was getting kind of pressured a little bit, even by Gabba, I think, didn't look quite as smooth as he has before. And now he's in a battle with Gabba, sliding all over the place, losing the rear. They're pulling out a gap on the rest of the field, but he's really having to fight hard with Gabba. So it does kind of lend a thing. He's champion last year. Looks like he might be champion this year. Obviously, we're only halfway the season, but he's got quite a gap. But that does kind of lend it for people looking up next year where they're going to go. Prototype 1's not out of question.
Well, I mean, if you ask Gabby, you don't know where he'll be for the next round. He seems to just be trying out all the classes before he decides which one he wants to win. But yeah, you're right. It might be a little bit too little, too late to win the Prototype 1 class with Thamuli currently dominating in it. But that nonetheless, we're going to enjoy the racing action that these two bring us today. And at the moment, it does look like it is advantage Gabba.
Well, in this lap, he's gained a second. Shibin, what are you seeing from this?
Yeah, I think the Mul has been losing a bit of time with Gabor. We'll see how he will manage to get once back. Oh, okay. I thought Hajiroku was spinning that curve, but yeah. Once again, back to Themuli and Gabor. I think that we will see it's a long race, so possibly there will be some surprises.
Yeah, it's certainly not over, is it? I think this could also be another race, a battle that goes on for the entire race. Seamox and Maserati. Obviously, Maserati quite a lead in the championship. Seamox had to start far back in the last race, I believe, and worked his way right up through. Did a really good job and got a really solid finish. Now he gets start near the front and is really scrapping. They're about 4 seconds off the class lead, so that's not over. But yeah, really nose to tail here, and I think that's going to carry on for the next 35 laps. Through this section here, we are really flowy and nice. But like I said earlier, if you make one mistake, it's going to cost you all the way through.
Well, speaking of mistakes, I mean, Maserati has a stranglehold on this Prototype 2 class, but both Hachiroku and Simox are showing him what's what at this early stage. So we ride on board with Maserati, who begins a lap. I'm not going to do a commentated on board because I think Lorenzo did that marvellously in the pre-show.
Yeah, I don't think we can be competing with that one.
No, exactly.
Oh,
that was fantastic.
On board, that jump looks, I would say, terrifying.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
On the coccyx.
I
hope they've got a padded seat.
Ooh.
Well, these are retro cars. I wouldn't put it past them having a nice padded seat in there. Yeah, I think if you look in the 6th to 8th, you have 3 race green cars. I think they're all very close together because I think Roni was ahead of Rayman a second ago. Not sure. Oh, was that a move?
I think it isn't to move. Rayman is up the road. So, yeah, Roni's just dropping back now at this point from Rayman.
Right, okay.
Lorenzo is further back, but the gap is almost the same between those guys. So, yeah, as we've got Texas in the pits for Master Race Car.
That is an early stop.
It is a very early stop. I'm guessing that's unplanned.
You would hope it's unplanned, unless there's some kind of crazy strategy that we're not aware of.
Some damage on that one, and changing the tyres as well. So
I mean, you may as well, hadn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose. If you feel like you need it, or maybe he's gone for a big spin and overheated them and just wants to get rid of that set and start again. As it does look like Maserati might be closing up here, Sears.
Yeah, I believe Prototype 1 can go to the end on fuel, but it's definitely tyres that you'll have to stop for. On this railway bridge section, he is drafting, and obviously as we head into the fast section here, I'm not sure there's a move to be made, but you can definitely gain a lot of time if you get it right. So we'll see how he gets on with that. But like I say, this battle's going to be going on, I think, the whole time. I don't think we can. Oh, was that squirrely from Seamox there? I don't think he's lost too much, but yeah, pressure being applied all around this race, I think. Yeah, so wide from Maserati, slide from Seamox. Net negative there. I think they've no gaps changed, but I think this will be. I think give it a lap or two, and they'll be back together again.
It's going to be another race like that, isn't it? Where we just see cars ebbing and flowing, but two drivers who've stuck together pretty much for the last few laps. These two, Donald is still chasing down Stephen Martin. Steve got him. But this is for the podium then, the P3 battle in the road class. And I watch in earnest as Mazda has a run. Oh, he's bailed on it. I thought he was going to go for that.
I mean, sensible driving, it's an endurance race. You don't need to be going for moves that don't exist and writing yourself off this early on. So, yeah, it's close up on the brakes, but I think it's one of those you can close up on brakes, but you lose it on the exit situations. So it's about where are you quicker? How do you want to try and make that move? And I think he's just probably playing around, seeing where he's quicker, seeing where he's not, planning for a move later on. Unlike sprint racing, you don't have to go for every single move you see. Sprint racing, you get an opportunity, you have to take it, otherwise you're never going to get another one. Endurance racing, you can bide your time, figure things out, and go for it.
Yeah, Simox with a bad exit there from the fast right-hander. A challenging corner, and Maserati is going to go for this one. Oh no, he's bailed on it again. And yeah, that seemed like a good opportunity, that. So, odd strategy, but probably doing what you said there, Sears. Just biding his time and not committing unless he's 100% certain he's going to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, you can lose half a second sat behind, or you can lose a minute in the pits.
Mies has been off. He's got a bit of damage on the left side there. So not having a terribly enjoyable afternoon. Although, well, it's early days, so he's still got time to settle in. But I reckon that car may be destined for an early pit stop to repair that front left.
I think you might be right, Pete. He's not had the best luck this season, has he? I feel really bad for him, but he keeps coming, he keeps trying. He's shown some pace at times. He's had some battles, and he can normally find his way back through the pack when he has an issue. But yeah, when he teammates the Mooley, it's tricky, isn't it?
It is. I just watched out the corner of my eye. Roney had a pretty bad chicane at the end of the lap, and that has, well, actually, I think that's accentuated the fact that Lorenzo may be closing in. The gap over start finish will tell us. Let's see. Yeah, it's come down by almost 2 seconds there. So Lorenzo is making gains on Roney. That's interesting because obviously Lorenzo is in the P2 class and Roney's in the P1.
I've just noticed something, Pete. Have you looked at the top of the timing tower with Thamuli almost 8 seconds behind Gabba?
Oh yeah, Gabba.
Where's that come from?
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's been any particular mistake that has been made. I think Thamuli is just not on the pace that Gabba can show us right now. Gabba's been setting fastest lap after fastest lap. 2:13.59 was his last one in the Firenze 61 as we head around to the fast sweeping sections of this track.
I said this last time. I think this is another Gabba doing Gabba things. He's did 2 races in Group 5, got a championship lead, still not been overtaken yet. Did a race in Prototype 2. I think he won that, didn't he? Last time out, I think he won Prototype 2.
Yep.
And then turn up here, Prototype 1, 7-second gap. Just Gabba doing Gabba things. Who have we got? Is that Sufor who's just gone past as well? Sorry, I was saying, was that Sufor who's just gone past in the purple car? Yes, cool. The Sufor sitting in the lead of that road class. Normally, we see a good battle with these guys. It's always nose to tail, very close. But obviously, Trespass made that mistake earlier, and now he's sitting 5 seconds behind. Seems to be struggling to close that back up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This car is not as fast as the other classes, so we're going to see that mistakes in this are going to be like, they will look like they're relatively close, but actually the time difference is huge when you consider how different the pace is. So actually, yeah, you're right. This is quite a big gap at this stage, and it's going to take some work to get it down as Rayman hits the pit lane.
And as should have been pointed out from qualifying, they were neck and neck on lap times in quali. So yeah, I think that closing that gap from 5 seconds back up is going to be a tall order for Trespasser, but I don't think he'll give up. Not for the way we've seen him drive in the past.
No, as we see more of the prototype 2s weaving their way through the road class once again. They all sort of met at the hairpin, and this battle between Omar and Majesta has come back to the fore as they go side by side down the hill.
These cars are great to watch, aren't they? Just 4-wheel drifting, sliding everywhere, side by side. It's brilliant to watch. It's a spectacle. Trespasser attempting to pull that gap back up. It has gone down. It's gone down by about a second, I think. You can see Sufor ahead. He's got a target to look at. Majesta is. Oh, is he going for that?
Oh, he's gone for it. He's gone over the curb. Big jump.
Ooh,
That was brave.
he lost a bit of time right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was necessarily the smartest of racing decisions, but I think it's one of those.
That's putting it mildly. I would never go for a move there. That was
Me
crazy.
neither.
He's
And
going to go
not
again.
in this section, maybe. I mean, just going for the chicane section, maybe.
Flash the lights from Omar. The
Yeah,
thing
Omar's
is,
enjoying himself.
when you pull out that early, you don't get the benefit of the slipstream, so you're just going to go the same speed down the straight.
Maybe he wants to back up for the chicane because.
Oh.
Ooh, hold on. Ooh, almost
Yeah.
spins. Yeah.
That Ronnie and
coming
Lorenzo.
through. Yeah, that's Ronnie and Lorenzo. Remember, they're in different classes. So Lorenzo in the slower class car, now really up the back of Ronnie as they muscle their way through the road class. And this will be an entertaining move if it happens. It's not going to happen on the straight, but
Well, it's got to happen
before there. Ronnie will
That
just
is brave.
disappear now.
Yeah, that's
That's crazy, isn't it?
This
Look
might
at
be a yo-yo battle. Bit of a Ronnie pulling out a massive gap on the straights, and then Lorenzo closing up all the way through the corners until on the straight, where Ronnie will clear off. It reminds me of the older Mini Cooper and Mustang battles that you see.
But this would be so annoying for Lorenzo because he catches up to the back of Ronnie, he has to make a move into the final corner, and then Ronnie can just disappear off down to oblivion. Look at the gap already as we head into the middle sector of the track, and it's unbelievable the differences in these cars. The prototype ones are clearly extremely difficult in the corners, whereas Lorenzo and the rest of the prototype 2 class are just seeming to be enjoying the whole lap experience.
Well, I wonder how much it's difficult in the corners or difficult on the exits trying to apply that power.
Yes, all of the above.
Yeah, I think it might be. There's never one cause of anything, is there? It's always a cluster of things that happen to affect life.
It's just a difficult car. I mean, look at that. You can see that Lorenzo actually gained on him up to the Mickey Mouse chicane. There's a tiny straight. Ronnie will be on the brakes much earlier than Lorenzo for this as they turn in. Actually, Ronnie's done a decent job of it this time, but we're coming into another slow section where Ronnie's going to struggle to keep the power down. And it might be an ebb and flow. It might be a yo-yo effect, as you said, but with the gap coming down as it is, Lorenzo may eventually be able to just get ahead and stay ahead if he can open the gap enough in these slower
not
bits.
when we get on this railway bridges straight where he's just going to clear off again.
Yeah,
there we go.
Look at that.
See you later.
Unbelievable.
Two, but yet.
Oh, so yeah, and then you get into this.
Oh, he's caught up to Sufort, and he's had to get on the brakes.
Well, that's helped Lorenzo.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Lorenzo's really strong, isn't it? But Ronnie's had an altogether better lap, but we'll see how it ends. We'll see how much, if at all, Lorenzo is able to overtake. And it's going to be earlier this lap. He's going to go for it into the chicane, surely not.
That's brave.
Oh, he's done him around the outside. Beautiful stuff.
How's he done that?
Maybe Ronnie let him do it. Maybe he's just thought, oh, well, whatever. So Ronnie not enjoying the power or the grip or anything.
Well, he'll be enjoying the power now.
Well, he will, because Lorenzo's... Oh, here we go.
Bye.
Off he goes. There's the jump. Oh, huge!
Ooh.
I think you would be clenched, wouldn't you, going over that? It's concerning, I think, especially in that car, because that car has no front end. So as soon as you hit that jump, the air goes under it, and it likes to fly. Although I imagine it saves the front tyres a bit, because you're not using it. Yeah, into the chicane now. I think, yeah, we're just going to see Lorenzo closing up. It's just going to be like this all race, I think. They're both similar pace, I think, over a lap. It's just where. Ibn, are you enjoying this one?
Jibin will hopefully be back with us in a bit.
Oh,
you're here.
What was the question? Yeah, what was the question?
I said, are you enjoying this one?
Yeah. I mean, I was amazed about the jump of Ronnie back there. And once again, we're seeing Lorenzo coming back.
This is great to watch. I mean, two different classes fighting it out is not something you often see, but it just demonstrates very visually what's going on as Omar has binned it. Did Mad Jester muscle him off through the chicane? No.
No.
Right.
No. Omar's gone wide and just smashed into the chicane. So that's sort of brought that battle to an end. We just missed it, but I think we're more interested in a battle that makes absolutely no impact on the standings.
Well, they're it's interesting because
Once
they're
again.
teammates. So I think fortunately they're not going to be annoyed at each other. I think they're just going to be enjoying this one. Sorry, Shippen.
Yeah, no problem. We're seeing again mistake after mistake, overtake after overtake, and I'm expecting Ronnie passing Lorenzo this time, but at least on the jump probably.
Well, we're going to
think-
try and get a camera angle on him when he does the jump as he heads down the straight. We'll see if we can get it on the camera as he tries to get airtime.
Yeah, I think he's got a big gap, but maybe he will catch him here.
Here it comes. Oh, fully airborne.
I
Ronnie.
predicted it.
Is that all four off the whip?
Yeah, that was completely airborne.
Yeah.
insane. Good for tyre wear.
Well, yeah, for that split second that he's in the air, not using any of the grip. But yeah, Lorenzo. Well, hopefully they're enjoying themselves. But we should focus on something else, shouldn't we? We should. Oh, Ronnie. Oh my.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be allowed to?
shouldn't. No, I don't think so.
Welcome
on
to
a
Retro
knife edge.
Cup, Shippen. It's 50% good battles and 50% people making a mistake on these tricky
Yeah.
cars and the tricky track.
And
It's,
0.1% Ronnie in the air completely. Although growing percentage tonight, he's sort of making a. I'm sure that the other prototype ones are getting some air, but Ronnie always seems to be the most flamboyant through the jump sections.
Did we see Seamorx fall back? Has he pitted?
Oh, that's a great question. CMOX has pitted, so
That was-
is that on
okay.
strategy? Could be. We're coming up to halfway.
I mean, we saw Rayman come in. Oh, yes, we saw Rayman come in and Seamorx came in. I don't know if he's gone for the full whack. He's gone with tyres, fuel, and also a damage repair. So I would hope that damage wasn't crazy. We didn't see a big crash, but I would assume that's strategy. And given that it's only sort of 10 to 15 laps in for Rayman and Seamorx when they both came in the same Prototype 2 car, did we see a second stop?
Well, maybe.
Yeah, Hako did a second stop. Well, he's far back.
I don't want to be rude, but I'm going to assume that was for damage both times. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Possibly. He's currently lapping in P14 overall. Gabba, however, has now opened up a 12-second lead.
Whoa!
He's looped it. This is going to be. Yep, he's gone full spin. And that's going to lose him a lot of time, but that's how much of a gap he had over Thamuli. Thamuli didn't even see that happening.
I mean,
But that
he
will not have done his
nearly
tyres any
styled
good.
It out.
Almost.
He nearly started out with the 360, but not
There he
quite.
is. So yeah, Thamuli will now see that Gabba's made a huge mistake. Actually, the unhappy face emoji posted in chat there by Thamuli. What that really should have been, Thamuli, was the happy face
Yes.
emoji. Your main competitor and seemingly the guy that wants to come and spoil your evening has
10
spun.
seconds he lost there. 10 whole seconds.
Oh,
Pretty
commentator's
much lost
curse
the
from me
entire
there.
Gap.
100%. Apparently, Chris in our ear has just said. Chris has been like looking around all the cars as he usually does for us here on Sim Broadcasts to give us insight into stuff we can't possibly keep track of. He has made an interesting observation that front suspension and front shock damage could become a factor in this race if drivers keep hitting that jump as hard as they are.
Well, if
Front
you'll
shock
pardon
damage.
the pun, it's not a shock. The amount
No,
they're
no.
going over that jump and slamming down and over all these curves and just annihilating them.
No, I like the pun. It's good.
It's yeah, I think that's
Gabba's lifting, but his front right is more than a third through its shock. So, and we're obviously you can do maths. We are less than a third of the way through the race, and that is slightly alarming.
of course we expect pit stops, so maybe they just treat shocks as a consumable item and intended to change them in the stops. But I mean, yeah, obviously they've got to make the decision to repair. I think that might be an option they have to toggle before they pit. I think Gabba had an issue last time where he came in to repair the car and didn't repair the car. So had to come in a second time. So that wasn't ideal for him. That's why he lost all that time at the end of the race. But yeah, that's I'd say concerning. If I was a driver and I was looking at that, I'd be worried.
Well, it's going to be a race of attrition in more than one way. Sorry, as we've lost Texas. We haven't lost any cars for a while, but Texas has left with an issue. He's been in the pit lane quite a few times and won't be rejoining. So just not enjoyed his afternoon and has retired. As we continue to watch on board with the Muli, who has brought that gap down to 3 seconds now. It was 12, 13 seconds. It's, as you said, gone down by 10 seconds. But can he maintain it? Has that incident rattled Gabba enough that Themulu can take full advantage from it as he gets past one of the road class cars there?
Shibin, where are you? Where's your focus at the moment? Obviously, I don't think we've looked at Group 5 at all. That looks like that might be brewing a little bit.
Well, we've only got 3 cars in this class now. Kride, Lagutskas and Hiwatt.
Well, Hiwatt, I think, is second in the championship behind Gabba, who is obviously not racing in the class and hasn't done for the past 2 races. But he doesn't seem to be capitalising on that, and he's sat in 3rd out of 3.
Yeah, Hachiroku has just spectated from and has left the server from a very high position in the race. That is a shock. Hachiroku is gone.
Was he in that battle with Maserati?
He was leading in Prototype 2.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Be interesting to see if we can try and find out why that might have been.
Chris is going to work it out for us. But yeah, 3rd overall, top in Prototype 2 has left.
I hope.
Oh, that
That was yeah, that was sketchy. Maserati there, leaving nothing on the table. I think what you could say with that one. But yeah, Omar, I think a passenger in that one, just driving around and hoping no one hits him.
Pretty much. Hachiroku got himself beached in the sand at the end of the second back straight past the green chicane. Just the classic loop. He got himself beached.
You hate to hear that, don't you?
That's unfortunate. He must have lost the rear on the brakes or something to manage that.
When you leave, you do get given a message on the screen which says obviously wait this amount of time as a timer until you can rejoin the race. I hope he sees that. I hope he rejoins. He'll get the laps he's completed back. So yeah, I mean, it'd be a shame to lose him, but we'll see what happens. I think we're hearing he might not be returning and has parked it for the day, which is a massive shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, he had the pace if he wanted to just spectate, rejoin. It's not early on the lap. It's about halfway through the lap, so he'd lose about a lap and a half. But he had good pace and it's good points, especially with Gabba not participating in Prototype 2. You have every driver has the option to wait 1 minute and rejoin, and you only lose 1 lap. It's not the biggest penalty in the world in an endurance race.
Yeah, especially an endurance race with a massive chunk of the race to go. It feels like we've barely started, but we're already we're approaching halfway now. But yeah, it's gone pretty quickly.
While we were just chatting, Stiefler made his way through with a lovely move up the inside of Majesta into the green chicane.
But these two, obviously, they've been running at the front for quite a while, but yeah, not quite there at the moment. See, Majesta in that Datsun, which is currently occupying 1st and 2nd in class, he's not. He's 6th, I think. Obviously battling with the Porsche of Stiefler there. Yeah, it's a strange one. It's a bit of an up and down season so far.
It's the characteristics of the cars, and also we have had some BOP changes in previous rounds. Tonight we've had no BOP changes, so the drivers will be driving the same car, unless you're Gabba, that they drove last time. So yeah, I mean I can't see if anybody else has changed classes so prominently as we have there. Majesta trying to go down the inside on Stiefler. Stiefler has the inside. They've got Kride behind in the Group 5. There we go. We see some Group 5 action in the background. This is a race for position, and they're trying to go around both sides. Whoa!
Shades of Spa there. That's crazy. That
Yeah,
was
this is
brave from
Lagutskas
everyone.
versus Cried here. This is the lead in Group 5. Let's give them some airtime, shall we?
Well, I did mention I thought that was brewing.
Yeah,
Seems
well,
to
it is
have
now.
brewed.
Yes,
Yeah.
ready for consuming.
Now, some other he hasn't. I've not seen him in retro, but I might have missed him. But Laguga there is I mean, I think I've seen him in the past. Quick driver.
Oh yeah, super fast.
Yeah.
So I can.
Vitatas Lagutskas was in the wall on lap 1, so he's gained back up to be in this position. Jibin, where can you make this move?
We've seen Matt Jester going to the inside after that chicane. Late launch by Jester, then Steve, and then actually, Group 5 came with Cried and Laguga, and yeah, I mean, at the end of all, they made the move. Actually, they are now with traffic. There's Steve Martin and Donald, and yeah. Quite a bit risky for Laguga going to the inside of Mike Jester because he was like near the wall.
Oh! Did he hit the wall? Did he hit the tyres there?
Yeah, he hit the tires. Affirmative.
Yeah, that was a risky move. But Cried somehow manages to not be affected by that. In fact, I think Lagutskas definitely came off worse. He's going for it again, but proper action then in Group 5.
Was that Lagutskas that hit the tyres when he went for that dive bomb? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Cried stayed behind. Lagutskas went into the corner too shallow and clipped the tyres, and now is back through. But he's gone wide again.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Talk about throwing it away.
These two have had a conversation. There's only 3 of them, and they might as well battle so they can get some airtime. Oh
Well,
no, Lagutskas, what are you doing?
I think that might have summed up endurance racing. What's happened here is you've got an endurance racer and you've got a sprint racer. The endurance racer has been sensible. He's backed off when he needed to. He's not tried to go for gaps that don't exist. Lagutskas has just gone for anything and both times hit tyres, hit the curbs, hit bollards, everything. And look at that gap now. He's not even in sight.
Yeah, and this is another move for position. This is Simox in P2 getting past Lagutskas. There we go. Slam dunk. Thank you very much. And, well, actually,
Not quite.
What a
Not.
switchback.
Have it straight back.
Laguska once again. Yeah.
Well, actually, Simox is getting caught here by
He's been sensible
Highwatt.
about Gabba's way there.
Sorry, by
it's
Gabba.
Gabor.
It's Gabba, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Talking about Gabor, he made a 19 seconds gap once again.
Whoa! What? That's a great spot. I hadn't noticed that. That's obviously had 13 seconds, dropped it down to 3 seconds, 20 seconds now. That is the pace on that is mental.
Yeah, it's woken him up, I think, as the Muli hits more traffic. I mean, traffic management is something you can't predict. You have to... Oh, who's that off? We've got somebody up in the tyre stacks at the chicane. There's a lot of cars down at the bottom of the track, as you can see there. But Omar was up on the hill there. He'd gone into the tyre stack. He's retired from the race.
How's that happened?
I don't know, honestly. We'll get Chris to have a look if we can. Omar completely been in the car in an unusual position, it has to be said. He can and probably will take the rejoin option.
Yeah, I wonder if... sorry, this is slightly tangential. I wonder if Lorenzo has looked at the last race and been and got his spade out and adjusted that jump, because before we were seeing only the McElroy getting airborne. Now I think we're seeing everyone getting airborne.
Yeah, I mean, Roni more than anyone else. As I want to draw your attention back to this fight. All the fights are happening at the front of our classes at the moment, except P1, which is unusual. But Trespasser has closed up very much to the back of Su4. That gap is back down to 1 car length-ish.
Well, I just want to apologise because I question Trespasser's ability to close that gap back up from 5 seconds, but he's now 0.3. So I'll shut up on that one, shall I?
Or maybe. I mean, Donald's also closed up to Steve, and those two are fighting as well.
Yeah, because I think Donald won the first race of the season by a huge chunk, and then had to miss the next couple. So it's good to see him back, and yeah, I hope he can have a good battle and continues to race this season.
Omar
Gabor,
almost rolled it on the chicane, apparently, and managed to not roll it, went straight into the tyres, but for some reason didn't choose to come back out. So there you go. Weird stuff.
an interesting one, that, because obviously seems to be having a good battle. So yeah, it's a shame to see people. I understand when you crash, you're annoyed with yourself, and it's an annoying situation. You don't feel like you would catch that back up. But we've seen it before. We've seen people having that's brave. Sorry, we've seen it. We've seen it before with people. They'll have an issue. They'll drop back. It's Hermione off.
That's lapping. That's lapping, by the way. That's Sufor and Trespasser lapping
I
him.
think that was two different attitudes from the two there. Sufor kept his foot pinned and made a bit of side-to-side contact, and Trespasser backed off and went to live for another day.
The Mooley's pitted. He's in the pit lane.
I'm going to assume that's split the race in two.
Yeah, he's gone down the middle. It's damage repair as well, so he's almost, I think, repairing damage, unless it was major, unless he's worried as well about his front shocks. That is a bit of a sign that he's sort of, well, almost, I don't want to say accepted his fate in this race, but it's genuinely a sure sign that he's going to try and consolidate P2, unless Gabba also has trouble.
Well, I think if you're looking at it, if you've got shock damage, you're going to assume your competitor in the same car, in the same race, and taking more risks than you are is also going to have shock damage. So there's no point in taking a risk of it breaking.
It's a long pit stop for Thamuli. He is on his way again. As Trespasser is going to try and make this mover on the outside around Sufor. This is the closest they've been, and they're now battling once again. And you've got to say here, Sears, that the money would be on Trespasser. He's closed a big gap.
Yeah, but Sufor's been he's been racy and in terms of getting past traffic. So even if Trespasser does make a move, I think my money for the long run would be on Sufor. I know I've just been talking about being
controversial
through traffic, but there's a place and time when you're in a battle for just going for it and open. As long as you're on the right side of it, it's usually is the I could say the prudent option. It's the one you kind of have to go with if you want to win. But we'll see what happens. The Trespasser is all over the back of him, looking for a gap. But obviously last time went for the outside, didn't work. It seems to be doing that again. Oh, he's gone for a cutback.
Well, I was getting flashbacks to the first time we saw these two in a battle there, I won't lie. It didn't happen. But
I think, are we in the we're into the I see what we are now, the railway bridges. Yeah, this is just I think this is just going to be a sit behind and wait for the far section. Stay on the back of him and hope you can pressure him into making a mistake through that.
Well, the Group 5 class has been reduced to just 2 cars, as we've also lost Lagutskas. I don't think we commented on that, did we? But I'm not sure what happened. But Lagutskas, let's be honest, wasn't looking that comfortable. I can have a guess as well. I'd like Chris to actually confirm it before we before we defame him on the broadcast. But let's get our facts before we. In fact, no. No, I'm kidding. Let's not. Let's wait and see what Chris says actually happened to Lagutskas. We have our ideas, but anyway, let's see what Trespass can do.
Sufor, very, 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 very close to those tyres. As Maserati goes through and laps them, but Sufor, I think he knows there's a pace difference and is taking every risk he can. It's obviously risks are risks. It can go wrong. It hasn't gone wrong yet, so let's touch wood and hope that I'm not cursing him. But I think he knows what he needs to do. It's just whether he can do it for the next 20 laps, 19 laps, 20 laps.
The Gutskas had a pretty tame incident, just had a half spin, and before he'd actually completed the spin, he'd left. So wasn't happy with his performance today and has decided to end it, as we have these two going side by side. Trespasser, surely not around the outside. Surely not. They've gone in side by side. There's contact!
Oh, they went side by side.
Why? What?
Wow.
What other outcome did they expect there? I mean, Trespasser, Sufor was backing off, basically, and there was just a pinch point then.
While he's going through as well. Hopefully he doesn't get caught up in whatever's going on here.
These two are getting elbows out. I mean, Trespasser was fully in the air there.
I do not understand why Trespasser did that.
Well, I think actually he was trying to back off. They were both on the brakes pretty substantially, but they ended up just going in it together anyway, and there wasn't room, and then he's pinged up in the air.
Are we going to make the assumption that maybe they've been focused on each other and not on where the braking zone is?
You've articulated that very well. I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone who's dabbled has made that mistake at least once.
Trespass has damaged his suspension like quite badly. This could be it for him unless he decides to repair it. Look, he's already dropped back a lot from Sufor, who's now got back up to full chat. Yeah,
we don't normally see a pit stop from the road class.
Oh, look at him crabbing. You can see Trespasser crabbing. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's waving the claws around at the moment, isn't he? That's significant.
Yeah, look at the rear left. You can see that. Well, you can barely see it actually from that camera, but you can see that it is.
As we got the straight here,
it is quite bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
The crab.
Yeah, that's if that doesn't come in the pits, I will be shocked.
It's coming in the pits.
Yeah, I don't think you can stay out like that. Yeah, I don't know if we've got black and yellow flags in this, but I mean, I'd be waving one. Sorry, black and orange. My bad.
Meatball for Trespasser. I don't think he needs the meatball. He knows he needs to come in if he wants to be competitive. Let's do a rundown. We've gone over halfway in the race. It's only customary to do a rundown. But yeah, it's Gabba who leads ahead of Thamuli in Prototype 1. Maserati is in P2 overall only because Thamuli's already made his pit stop so far. Then we've got Roni who finds himself up into P3. We've really enjoyed the airtime that Roni's been throwing as Sufor has pitted.
And yeah, Trespasser as well, which we expected. But
Trespasser just repairing damage, Sufor minor damage, so Sufor is going to have a huge lead now. So I would start to look towards the Steve Martin area of the grid. Steve will occupy or take over the lead in the road class because Sufor's come in.
Well, depending on the speed difference, because he's obviously up to full speed and Sufor's just come out.
26 second pit stop for Trespasser, and Sufor got a drive-through penalty.
Can you do a pit stop on a drive-through?
No, you can't. You have to go in and out without making a stop. So that will impact Sufor's race there. It's not going to lose him the lead. Trespasser only just got going, and Sufor's already on the middle of the track. So
can we assume that drive-through might be for a pit lane infringement as opposed to
it was a speeding penalty?
Yeah,
speeding the pit lane. Yeah.
Cool.
There's no live stewarding in Retro Cup, so every penalty that the drivers pick up is of their own incident, given to them by Live for Speed automatically. As we see here, our leader in the Group 5 category cried, getting through on Sufor, with Donald now back in the mix.
As well coming through.
Yep, CMOX is there too.
CMOX is climbing up, isn't he?
I mean, he was quite high up anyway, but he's now obviously on the podium in P2. He's got Rayman somewhere behind him, but I think actually that gap's fairly big. It's 20 seconds now, so I don't think CMOX has to worry about the cars behind him. He just needs to see if he can close up to Lorenzo, but the gap to him is over a minute, so probably not.
I don't know if you wanted to carry on with your rundown, but could we also see pit stops as well while you go at it, please?
Of course you can. Your wish is my command there, Mr. Sears. Where were we? We were just finishing the Prototype 1 class. So yeah, Roni currently P3 with Mies in P4, and he's on his roof as I say that, and he's gone. So that I don't know what else to say about that. That was like the worst opportunity to have to do a rundown of P1, and as I switched to him, he was on his roof. He's going to rejoin. LG Mies is not the sort of car to throw away a race like that and then not rejoin. So I expect him fully to come in. But we are down to 3 cars in P1, 2 cars in Class 5, Group 5, and 5 cars in Prototype 2. So at the beginning of the stream, I said this is going to be maybe less attrition than the previous rounds, but actually proving quite difficult.
Yeah, I think people are they're seeing a wider track and thinking they can make more moves,
maybe,
and then finding out maybe they can't. So I think the only people we're waiting on is Gabor in Prototype 1, Maserati and Lorenzo in Prototype 2, and I think that's everyone that you would expect to have pit.
Sufor's now coming to do his drive-through. And Trespasser is... Oh, who's that spinning out on the jump? Is that Mies? Yeah, Mies has rejoined and immediately binned it.
Should we not show that?
Let's show it.
Flashes.
You got a drive-through as well when he left the pits. So Mies has had a less than fantastic rejoin to the race, but he is back in it, and fair play to him.
Yeah, I think that's you don't want to see that. It's a real shame.
But anyway, we did, and Sufor managed to get out ahead of Trespasser by quite a distance actually. Trespasser is just coming down off that flyover, entering the straight, and Sufor's gone through the chicane already and is... But actually, no, there he goes, through the chicane. There's about one of those little straights gap between them, which I should probably quantify with a kind of a time. It's about 10 seconds, I think, the gap.
Yes, it's interesting that Sufor did 2 pit stops. Well, a pit stop and a drive-through, but 2 trips through the pit lane in the amount of time it took for Manchester to repair his damage, which I think shows how much damage there was.
You mean Trespasser, I think?
I do, sorry.
Yeah, no, so, it takes a lot of time to repair, especially considering how much damage there was to the rear left of that car. But they're back in it, and to be fair, they're not actually that far away anymore, so we've seen Trespasser close the gap down. He can probably do it again, as Gabber brings his Prototype 1 into the pit lane for the first time this season. And let's see how his pit stop goes. A few drivers have picked up drive-throughs setting off. Tyres and fuel with no damage. So he's not fixing his suspension.
That's
Shibin.
A brave call.
Yeah, Shibin, that could be a properly big mistake.
Yeah, Fern has got big jumps, and we have to remember that we have less than 20 laps remaining. And obviously, he's going to keep jumping, he's going to keep attacking the curbs, but maybe we'll see the consequences.
Yeah, I wouldn't peg Gabor and looking after the car in the same sentence. Maybe I'm doing him unfairly there, but I don't see him backing off to try and save the front.
No, I agree with you. He has mechanical sympathy, but he also really wants to set fastest laps and win. I know that he can't win without some mechanical sympathy, but yeah, he's probably going to go for it.
It's brave.
Yeah, but he's got probably less than half. Well, just around about half of his shock has gone, and he's got less than half the race. So in his mind, he'll just say, "I'll just do it again. I'll just carry on going."
Yeah, fair enough. I'm assuming these gaps are before pit stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they'll update at the timeline as we see Roni doing Roni things and having no sympathy for his front axis.
Hates the ground.
No, it loves the ground. That's why it wants to get back to it so quickly after the jump. It's a
just
proper
going for
slam.
a leaping hug.
Zero front downforce and massive wing at the back. It just wants to take off. It hasn't quite taken off yet, to the point where it's like in orbit, but it's pretty close.
He's definitely giving it a go, isn't he?
He's having a good time. Putting on a show.
More power to him. Because I wouldn't want to be doing that.
Oh dear. Alright, I was doing a run through. Maserati is leading in the Prototype 2 class. Fingers crossed everyone else we see during this run through will not be on their roof, as they were with in the case of Mies. But Maserati has reclaimed the lead in Prototype 2 after Hashiroku disconnected with that incident, and it's Lorenzo who finds himself in P2. He's just trying to get through some of the road class cars there. That is Majester and
Yes.
Trespasser. And third place currently in Prototype 2 is Simox, doing a solid job to round out the podium for now. But Rayman, on his debut for Race Green, potentially hoped for more. He is down there in P4. Hako is in P5, 10th overall, and that rounds out the current 5 runners in Prototype 2. Let's check out the Group 5 cars that remain, just 2, with Cried leading in P7 overall, and Hiwatt, who's been somewhat anonymous today, but doing a stellar job in P2, 2 minutes, off of our overall lead down in P9. But points mean prizes, don't they, Sears?
Yeah, I think Highwater will be happy that Lukatskas had an issue and has gained some points for free. I would be. But yeah, it's you just got to stay in, haven't you? And just we've seen issues with all these cards, so Highwater will just be sitting there and waiting to see if Crow makes a mistake or not. But winner of the last race, not overly likely.
I just love that view of Roni flying over there. Had to do it again, so there we go. As Trespasser is now reeling in the back of Majesta. We've got Maserati in the pit lane and back out again, and he did some tyres and a refuel, so no damage to repair for him. He's contented that he can make it to the end with the machine he's got. As Trespasser is capitalising here from a mistake Majesta made into the chicane, and this is a move for P4. Mazda's car is perfect, apparently, according to Chris. So fair play.
Well, there's something to be said for mechanical sympathy then. Fair play. That's a great effort. And this is a great effort from Trespasser as well. Obviously, just using his. We saw he had pace before, and has shown that to Majesta by just driving past him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Clipping the tyre barrier for Gabba there. That's he's I think when we mentioned mechanical sympathy, none going on there. He's pushing for everything. Sorry,
but it's Gabba. We didn't. Sorry, she didn't go for it.
Talking about mechanical sympathy, Roni doesn't have that much of front suspension damage as we see right now. The Muli lapping Roni, and his
suspension's good.
Yeah, very good. It's better than Gabor's suspensions.
Given the way that's been slamming down on the ground, that surprises me.
Well, he's probably tuned the setup better, and he has repaired. So we don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it goes over the next few laps. As Thamuli there gets through, and that is a lap. Thamuli again. Super sideways there. This car, even flat out using all the aerodynamic grip, is still stepping out into before the brake zone.
I think it's safe to say he's not hanging about, is he? He's not taking this one lying down, but that is a significant gap to Gabba at the moment.
Oh,
has he made 2 pit stops, or is that raw pace?
One each.
That's concerning, isn't it?
Well, think about this, right? In context. No, of course not. Oh not again.
Not again.
Oh dear. I think the only thing to really point out is that if you think back to round 1, as we've got a car off there, I can't get my points in. There's too much action.
I think that was just getting out of the way.
I think it's Miles.
That was Hako for Sonoris, just parked up on the left. But anyway, the point I was going to make was that if you think about the pace that the Muli had in round 1 and the gap that he managed to open up over, what was it, Nico Patola? Just roles reversed. Imagine if Gabba had been up to speed in that race. What would that have been like? Because clearly Thamuli put a lot of effort into practicing for the first round. He was flawless in that race. But it does make you wonder what would happen if we'd had these two together in P1 from the start.
Well, I mean, I think I was having an eavesdrop in the paddock. I think there might be some mind games going on because Gabba pipes up with the "I've not done any practice for this one" about an hour before qualifying started. I'm not buying that.
Nobody believes it. Nobody believes it for 1 second. We can't verify, obviously, but as Gabba does get airtime there, and not to Roni standards, but still has more front downforce on that car. He's got the balance quite nice, but yeah, having no practice and being this much quicker than Thamuli, who will have done some practice, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's outrageous.
In the unlikely event it is true, imagine if he did practice.
Well, I'm sort of convincing myself that it isn't true anymore. But I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't do practice. I don't know.
I'm not sure you can drive these cars without practice. They are mental.
I mean, Gabba is a master of switching to different machinery and just being fast in everything. He's got the LFS physics model pretty much welded or coded inside his brain. His neurons are wired in a way that people would only dream. As we've got Donald and Sufort in a battle.
Have we ever considered that Gabor is Lee for speed, just personified? Yeah, I think we've got Donald here sat behind Sufal. Obviously, we've seen a pace difference between these two cars. The Datsun has been dominant in qualifying, but Steve Martin he's not even in sight. Don't know where he is, but he's driven away. Obviously, Sufal had that scrap with Trespasser and backed off and came through the pits twice, which I think would have helped that one. But yeah, Donald just I mean, given that, I'm assuming Donald's had some kind of incident as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just not the pace today that he would have wanted, and that's fair enough. It's a tricky car, tricky combo, and the unpredictability of a race environment means that things happen, and you don't know really where you are in terms of the pace with other people. It's worth mentioning, actually, on that note, that there is the opportunity to practice for the upcoming race. That will happen on the off Mondays between rounds. So next week there'll be practice for the round that's coming up in 2 weeks' time. At the same time, same place for speed. And I feel like I have a duty to the viewers and to you, Sears, to out Gabber. He said he had no practice. Adam Brown, fellow commentator and known to the community, has called him out. He said he was practicing offline or whatever, but albeit in different cars. So read into that what you want. The prototype one is a beast and not to be taken lightly. But he has been doing some practice in other cars.
I'm not sure I'd be shocked by that.
Super surprised if he hadn't at least driven the track. But yeah, fair play to Gabber for choosing another different car in a different class to show us what he's made of. And at the minute, he's made of 1 minute and 1 second.
When you mentioned people that we haven't really seen or heard anything from, Magic there, normally a bit of a factor. I don't think I've seen him all day. He's not really. He's a way off Stiefler.
That car has been on its roof at least once.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
He's had a day, and that's going to be a big repair bill as Ronnie's going to go swooshing past. But yes, Magic actually jumping there as well and cried in the background as well. So lots of the cars are experiencing the airborne nature of this track.
It's a bit Raddy Finland, isn't it? They're just going for the Magic camera shot. But I mean, I'm here for it.
Quite literally. As Majesta retires, what happened to him? He's just retired from the race. Super unusual. He's rejoined way too early. So you can't rejoin the race until 1 minute has elapsed. So yeah, he's rejoined the spectators and will wait now to rejoin. But that's a big shame.
That'd be a mistaken button click, wouldn't it?
Potentially. But I wonder what happened, because obviously we didn't see it on the camera. I'd love to know what caused Majesta to drop out there.
Yeah, it's a shame. Obviously he's been in the scrap all year. Obviously not had the finest of days, but he was there or thereabouts. So yeah, it's a shame to see.
He did what so many others have done in races past, but he took way too much apex at the first part of the green chicane and flipped it in the classic way, and he's now rejoined. And fair play to him.
Well, I can't really say anything about flips, can I? My only LFS race ended in the
That's true.
Sat on my side.
I wasn't going to mention it.
I'll mention it for you. Don't worry, Pete.
No, thanks. We've also got Hako, unfortunately, timing out of the server. That is where his car should be. It is not. So Hako will be leaving us potentially.
Yes, sure. You'll see 10th place overall, but 5th in class. I believe that's points. He's not going to be guessing. No, he's retired. That's him to see.
Yeah, he can obviously rejoin, but that's a bit of a slap to have a network problem like that and have to retire. Should probably do the polite thing for the viewers again here.
Here we go. It gets better every time.
Good.
I'm sure he's trying. But yeah, sorry. I was going to make a point about points there. I think that fifth place is 11 points, and it's not that much of a swing as you go higher up. It's third place. It's only 3 more. It's 14 points. It's only 3 point difference between a solid finish on the podium and plodding around in fifth.
Yeah, I
So
mean, this is a classic race screen point system that sort of it's sort of scales for bigger grids, really. And if you have a race of attrition like this, you do see the sort of the gaps between the points maybe aren't as big as they need to be, really, to separate the different performances. But yeah, they are how they are,
but it rewards finishing the race.
Yeah.
There's no real, if you're going for a championship or going for a good finish in the actual the order at the end of the year, finishing races is so important, because anywhere you finish, you get a good haul of points, and it keeps you alive.
It's true. The drivers are obviously aware of this, but yeah, it's the frustration, I think, of crashing out or having to lose your race. It's not intuitive to rejoin. So perhaps people just take the easy route and call it a day.
Sorry, we've just seen Gather there. Driving on the dirt. Doesn't even need the track.
Well, there's several parts around this track where you can use the dirt as the racetrack. Coming out of the first corner and over the flyover, there's a dirt section on the outside, which he's been using quite a lot to sort of widen his entry onto the back straight.
If I've got a minute and 10-second lead, I'm not taking any risks like that. But Gabba is.
You're new here, aren't you?
He lapped top 4, at least at Lorenzo. He needs to lap Maserati of the Muli right now.
Is that what's going through his head? He's just desperate to lap the entire field.
Probably. We can't hope to be in the mind of Gabba, but I think Shibin has completely called that right. I think he's going to push to lap him. It's not going to happen. I mean, the lap is huge. His best lap is a 2:12. He'd need another 20 laps to pull that off.
Or a mistake from the Muli, which has happened so far this race.
It has. Yeah, he's pushing to get the biggest gap he can. It's what he does. He just wants to show everybody what he's made of.
Yeah. Well, I think we're seeing now. Oh, side by side.
Road
this
class
is
again.
P3 battle for P3 in road.
P2, isn't it? Oh, P3. Sorry, I can't read.
P3, yeah.
Yeah.
Just past Donald.
Nice engine note rise there.
Well, again, we've seen it in the past. I question whether that's the straight line speed of the Porsche, and then this Datsun will close right up in the corners, and we might see a scaled down version of what we saw with the Prototype 1 and Prototype 2s earlier.
Yeah, well, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if Trespasser does what he did to Sufor and try to go side by side through the chicane. He's not going to be able to. He won't be close enough, but he'll give it a go for sure. If he can, he will.
Well, we've seen him go for a lot dodgier passes in the past, haven't we?
Maybe here.
I think he'll go for it.
Got a nice growl to it, this, huh?
Yeah.
He's
through.
Stick.
He's
Here
through.
comes Gabor.
And we're seeing Gabor. Yeah.
Oh,
Gabor being sensible there. As
right.
Donald loses the rear in the corner.
Well,
Trespasser's clearly seen him and let him go.
yeah, that's good racecraft from Trespasser. He knows that Gabba's just going to go for it and leaves the inside open for him.
But something to note from there, he didn't get taken out, but Donald could keep his line and drive normally, whereas Trespasser had to leave the inside and give at least a car's width on the inside.
Trespasser didn't have to leave the inside open there, but it was the sensible thing to do.
If he didn't, I think Gabba would have made a gap.
I want to see that. I want to see Trespasser say, "No, mate, I'm in a battle here. I'm going to close that door, and you're going to go around the long way." Because we should explain something that in multi-class racing, you don't have to look in your mirrors at all at slower class. If you value self-preservation, it's sometimes a good idea, but it's the responsibility of the faster class cars to get through. Ultimately, you don't have to compromise your own race. The Trespasser was within his rights to just take his normal line there.
That is a big debate in multi-class, because some people have the attitude that you've just said, which is, it's your job to get around me, I'm just going to drive around the lap, and that's fine because it makes you predictable. But on the other hand, people who are desperate and trying to make up time will go for gaps if they're faster that are a bit 50-50 in the hopes that they can make up time that the other person who's in the lead and taking it more sensible doesn't. So yeah, like you say, for self-preservation, you're probably better off just taking it easy and giving a room. But yeah, it's a debate that will never be settled, I think.
To be fair, this probably explains why I've literally broken ribs in endurance racing. No. I have broken ribs, but I think my racecraft and endurance is okay, and I was, you shouldn't be looking behind you. That's my view. It's responsibility of the faster class cars. I mean, that's my side of the debate. Let us know what you think.
Well, the other thing is, if you look behind you, if you're doing a kart race or something like that, if you make it clear you've seen the person behind you, they'll just go for a move anyway, because then you don't have the excuse of I didn't see you. So yeah, that's another one where you don't want to be telegraphing or looking behind you, because people will just take advantage of that.
Well, it's a good discussion that will go on and on, especially with the coverage of the LFS Endurance Series, which will be on our screens hopefully sometime later in the year. But yeah, Cried here, currently starting out leading the way in the Group 5 category. That is, by the way, a stunning livery. I love the colours.
It's a bit 80s, isn't it?
New retro wave.
It very much is. I think I've seen a car like an old F3 car in a very similar paint scheme with those coloured stripes.
It's delicious. It's like a box of Quality Street, just wanting to be opened.
That's a great analogy.
I don't know if that's what he was going for, but
I'm not sure how international that reference is.
Is it not?
I don't know.
Quality Street for all you non-UK viewers. I mean, it might be available in Europe and other places, but it's a confectionery brand. It's a box that looks like this car. Incidentally,
it's very purple. It's
very purple with hints of other interesting colours.
I wonder if that's looking in your mirror, not where you're going.
Owen Harmon says it's sold in Ireland, so it at least made it to the other side of the Irish Sea.
Yeah, I think we're hearing this. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Some racing. Finally, we can stop talking about sweets.
Another purple car, though, just for you to distract yourself with.
This one, does this one remind you of? I mean, Steve Martin's car reminds you of every old Porsche ever, but
yeah,
Sufor's Firefly here.
I'm just going to go with bright. It's just bright,
Visceral.
isn't it?
An attack on the eyes. Not quite as much as Roni's, but pretty close.
What are you thinking on that one?
Oh. Ibn, what does this remind you of?
Very hot pink.
I think, we're going to get... I do love seeing battles between different cars, because you definitely see the performance. I think you'll see Steve Martin here pull away on the straight. But then Sufor, he's already closed up a gap, clearly. I think was it 6 seconds? I think.
Well, Steve hasn't pitted yet. Remember, this is a sort of a.
But we don't normally see the road class pit.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if he does pit, this is a superficial battle. I mean, fair enough. Will he pit? Will he need to? Maybe not.
I mean, but I say that we saw some very early pit stops, didn't we? I know the top runners have managed to split the race in half, but we did see some people going early. So... I mean,
the road class cars will have fuel to the end, so I don't really see, as you said, why Steve would need to pit. I mean, this track has got long straights, but it's also got lots of tight, twisty bits too.
Obviously, these cars love to slide through the corners as well, so that's not going to be. The tyres won't love them, but there's not loads of downforce to really kind of ruin them. Is this Tamuli up on the back of the pack as well?
Yes, indeed.
I was a bit worried there with cars battling. You get faster cars coming through. It's never in a comfortable time for anyone.
Well, Sufor's made it stick.
Oh, boy! And also we've got Rayman here.
Well,
I don't know if that was just how the car behaved, or if he's parked it on the apex to maintain that lead. But either way, it's a legitimate racing strategy, and it's clearly worked.
Yeah, and Trespasser's right there as well in the background. I think that's me.
Oh!
Very nice.
Is he going to maintain that
position?
position?
Absolutely
no.
not.
uncareful with that car.
Mies, what are you doing? Unbelievable.
Very close calls now.
I think Mies was just hoping that nothing happened.
That was
There's
he
not
went
much
through.
else you can do.
He went through there with his eyes closed, didn't he? That's like, oh, I'm here, and I hope that there's nothing gonna. This is our top 3, by the way. We should stop talking about Mies.
Trespasser will have loved that.
Absolutely, and he'll love the fact that he's now staring down the face of a potentially a race win, a battle for the race win, with 5 laps to go at the end of this one.
That's a reminder for all 3 of them. Be careful with those curbs, because we've seen it. Obviously, we've seen Magic on his roof. We've seen loads of people having incidents and having to park their cars. You don't want that. Obviously, Trespasser's already been up on 2 wheels and nearly flipped it. I'm not sure about Steve Martin, but
I feel like he does that every race just to say, well, I've done it now.
yeah. Either it goes over or it doesn't.
His glitch for the mission.
Get out the early way.
Exactly. But Sufor's leaving it late, and now Trespasser with a run.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, very close.
that's just
Going around the
fantastic
outside
stuff.
again, he does that a lot. I'm not sure what he's hoping to gain from it, but it never seems to work. He's got a run
think
though,
he's gonna-
double slipstream.
Nah.
Sorry, Shibin.
No, I was saying, I think he was going for a bump drafting, but it looks that he won't go for that.
He'll be hoping to grab the slipstream off.
Oh, Ronnie
Steve
in the
Martin
background. Wow. It's like he's
After
going to
2
jump up and swallow it, like Hungry Hippos moment.
Yeah.
3 wide in the braking zone.
Does that
Steve
reference
Martin's gone
translate?
wrong? Has he missed it? Has he missed a corner?
Hungry Hippos.
Lost loads of time there. Yeah, I mean,
Alright, we've
First
seen
pass
these
was gonna think he's got the
situations
win
once
here.
again. We've seen these situations.
These 2 have been here before. We've seen this one before, but Trespasser's actually got through before the brakes, so he's scared Sufor into
we
bailing
got a
out.
good ending
Ooh,
there.
Oi. Hit the tire.
Steve's got a bad exit as well. It's
I'm
not going to
hoping
be
our
close
pit lane
enough here.
reporter can have an eye on any damage on Sufor there, but you'd hope not. But he's definitely clipped those tyres.
Yeah, but now that Trespasser's through, what hope does Sufor even have? I mean, I don't think he has. Oh!
Boy, that was Lorenzo.
It's not
Maserati,
Lorenzo,
I
is
think.
it? It's Maserati, yeah. It's our
Oh.
class leader.
But
As Trespasser is through.
Sufor's
Sufor is
going for
back
I
as
thought-
well.
I thought he was going for a cutback there.
He was trying. Mazda's
pushed
just like, you
Trespasser
guys
through.
do.
Yeah.
I've got loads of time. You guys just do this. He's got 51 seconds. He can just watch this battle to the end,
I mean,
probably.
I'm not sure if it was Maserati or someone else, but we have seen Prototype 2 cars get under road cars and flip them over
We have
in
yeah,
previous
That's
rounds.
true.
So I think that might have been on his mind a little bit. And
think
just
he's-
to stay out of that one.
I think Mazda's been victim of that as well. Well, victim, been a purveyor of incidents involving, the slower class cars.
Well,
He's got
I
cried.
did say it earlier, but Trespasser has managed to come out of that from being on the back of these 2 and quite far back. They've started battling. He's closed up. He's gone past, and yeah, looks. I mean, I'm not going to say comfortable, but I'm going to assume he's going to pull out a gap on Sufor given the pace
I'll say
earlier.
it looks comfortable, but
Okay.
we've seen this.
Thank you.
We've seen this before. Like this is the thing; it can all change. Sufor will hopefully get a second win now, and Steve having not pitted and having that just conservative mindset while these 2 knock each other out. Maybe Steve will win. Maybe these 2 are going to knock 9 bells out of each other again.
If there was any element of tyre saving that they have to do in this class, these 2 don't have to do it. But yeah, Steve Martin will, if that is a thing that he has to do, he will still have to be doing it. Whereas these 2 pitted, fresh tyres, no concerns at all.
No, these 2 are their own worst enemies now. Tyres will be fine,
Oi.
but the preservation now and how much they're willing to push towards the end
Both
of the
on the
race.
curb, both on the grass, both sideways. And again,
Yeah.
Trespasser. Oh, Campbell's coming through this field as well. Luckily, he'll be through. Yeah, there we go. Straight away with the pace on that Prototype 1 car. But this is going to be this. We've got what 3 laps to go. This
4, I
will
think,
be
yeah.
4. Sorry. This will be going on right to the end, I think.
Yeah, there was Highwell jumping back there in the background.
It's brilliant, isn't it? That camera angle there is fantastic. Oh,
Another car
yeah,
we've seen
do
from
this.
these
in
people.
front.
we have. Oh, dear.
They've done well there, though.
Yeah, they're learning, aren't they? I mean, we're 4 rounds in. People are learning. This is good.
It's it's. I don't think we've seen many different class incidents this race, if any. So it's good to see. I think, yeah.
No, I mean, it's nice to have our attention gripped by the road class, the slowest class car in the race. But yeah, third overall, and with a gap of 48 seconds over Lorenzo. Maserati really is in a league of his own in Prototype 2 at the moment. Lorenzo will be happy if he can finish in P2 though. Put P4 overall. It's a good haul of points for him.
Yeah, because I think Maserati's in the lead of the championship, isn't he, by a fair way. Lorenzo, obviously, in the first round, had that horrendous incident where he ended up in the fence. That was horrible to see. So that obviously would have hindered. And then it's just, from there, it's just been in scrapping and trying to claw back some points.
Oh, yeah.
That's
His
late
front tires.
puncture. Both front tires are punctured. So
I think it's probably safe to assume he's been hard in the wall, head dead on.
That could be a flat spot induced puncture because he had grip, so he's been locking up the same.
Didn't he pit on like lap 7 or something? I think he pitted very early.
No, he did. Pitted really early, within the first half an hour. But
I wonder if that's that.
But two front puncture. Where are you so hard on the brakes around here that you're locking up? Because that is unusual.
Wow.
I mean, LFS supports, obviously, LFS
Can't even get in the pit lane there. He's really struggled.
LFS will give you a puncture if you flat spot the same patch of tyre multiple times. It will just wear down that individual patch, and you won't necessarily see it on the gauge that Live for Speed gives you on the tyre health, because it will flash past so quickly. You just won't see it necessarily. Interesting. Rayman will lose a load of time. He is already last in that class, but he needs to retain the honour of not finishing behind any of the road class cars or Group 5, but we'll see.
I think Seamox will just be happy with the points haul and trying to claw back some a championship position. He's been solid and he's not out of it. I think it's about a case of grabbing points.
And speaking of grabbing points,
where you are.
Stephen Martin just set the best server lap in his car, so it's not the fastest lap in his class, but he's really pushing everything with that Porsche.
And there is a point for fastest lap in the race.
And per class, but as I said, he's driving a different car to these two, so I'm pretty sure his fastest lap is not, even though it's the fastest server lap in that car, it's not the fastest in the class.
Okay. As we saw from qualifying, this car is fast around here, this Datsun.
Simox past Steve Martin in the background. And Sufor again taking liberties with the exit curve there. He
has to
touches
now,
the tyre. Yeah, no, he does for sure.
He needs to try and claw back that position, but it's looking tricky at the moment. But again, the more they abuse that curve, the more they'll be able to flip. So, yeah, it's about risk and reward, isn't it? Lorenzo going past Rayman, teammates, of course.
Yeah, Rayman trying to get his front tyres back up to temperature, hearing that he got his first puncture quite a way before he got his second puncture. But as a result of his first puncture, he just abused the car and induced the second one. So, bit of a shame, but he is still lapping in P8 overall, and will pick up some good points if he can guide his car around the last 2 laps.
Well, we see that in all levels of motorsport, don't we? Drivers will they'll have an incident, get a puncture, and then try as hard as they can to get back to the pit, so they lose as little possible time, ruin the car, and just damage the rest of it and put an end to the day early just by trying to rush it back.
Hello, why is Roney come in the pits now? It's not going to affect him in the class, but he's changed one tyre, so he's worried about tyres, and he's also repairing that damage. That's going to be a long stop.
I didn't know you could change a single tyre.
It's based on wear, so you can set the wear level as a threshold, and if any of the tyres go below that threshold, or rather above that threshold, then they will be replaced.
That's
you can't
cool.
set specific tyres. It's interesting system.
It makes sense, though, doesn't it? So I wonder how the balance is going to be affected by having one fresh and one used. Yeah,
the tyre physics are such that you can notice when one of the tyres is not like the others. But yeah, that was a long stop from Roney. That was 40 seconds. It's just as well he's not in a battle for the podium.
Well, the championship doesn't have overall points, so there would be no harm theoretically in him coming back in next lap after adjusting his wear sensor and coming in and changing that other tyre.
Yeah,
But-
but
Not something you want to do, is it? Of course, yeah. We've only got Gabba rolling. Still got 1 minute 14 seconds, but I think we might be hearing there might have been a potential incident.
yeah, we'll have to
previously.
wait for the timing line. Shibin in our ears said that he spun, so we'll see what happened. We'll get a timing update at the line, but Shibin might have spotted something here that
We'll see.
that we
Let's
didn't
bear
see.
114 on our minds.
I feel like that damage on the front left of Gabba's car has potentially got worse. See what happens.
It doesn't look fresh, does it?
Comes across the timing
doesn't.
line, and the gap hasn't changed to Thamuli just yet.
We need to wait for Zamuni to cross for it to update.
He'll need to cross a timing line. Now he's miles away, so I don't think that it's been a particularly big spin. No,
Unless Zamuni also spun. But yeah. Not
they both
sure.
have similar damage. To be fair, both to the superficial damage to the front left.
Oh, that was close on the
That was
on
close.
the exit speed there. I think they're still pushing, Pete.
Yeah.
Indeed. But our leader has started the final lap of the race, so Gabba is on the final loop of Fern Bay Retro. We head up the classic loop for the final time. Gabba, on his switch to the Prototype 1 class, looks like he's got it all in hand. He brings it down the hill. Chris has found the incident that Shibin mentioned, and he did drop a wheel, did a quarter spin and carried on, so he did lose a bit of time. But no,
I know we need to watch Gabor, but we also should probably keep an eye on Sufor because that gap is not. It's still pretty close there.
yeah, and these guys will cross start finish before Gabba gets to them, so they are going to get an extra lap as well. So it's going to be an extra long. They're going to get the full extra final lap.
That's convenient for us. We can watch Gabor cross the line, and then we can go watch a battle.
You're absolutely right. That is something we can provide. So let's do it.
Let's watch the person who has dominated this race so far go around the far section of the track. Not sure if we can potentially get an on board here from our director, but yeah, we'll see him sweep through this section here. You've got the left, then the right, around the back of the pit lane, and it's just so nice and flowing through here into this chicane. That's where people have been hitting the curb and nearly flipping, and as we go all down the inside of Steve Martin just about in the final corner and go to cross the line, Gabor has won by over a minute. What a dominant performance.
Yeah, I think it's
Great.
possible that Steve backed off just to try and just end the race
would.
there.
You don't want any extra risks than you have to do, and I'm assuming that's our leader in Group 5 just come across as well. Cried, I think that is. And here is this scrap in the road class for the lead. Not 100% sure we're on track at the moment.
We're coming up to the classic loop, and up they come. But yeah, he's definitely closing in. He could have a go here.
As Pete said, we've got an entire lap to enjoy here, so yeah, make the most of this one. We've obviously we saw Trespasser earlier with a fair whack of pace, closed up a gap, and had a battle with Sufor to get ahead. Yeah, I think we'll the movie. I mean, Gabba's already won. He doesn't have to do that, but he's decided to take a risk. Yeah, that was brave there. Hopefully, because it gets to the finish on that one. But yeah, it looks like Trespass has got the pace here. I'm not sure if what Sufor's got up his sleeve, but he's going to have to deploy it now.
He's got Maserati up his sleeve. Look, he's about to send his secret weapon through. Hopefully not.
He sent the scoop in.
The scoop is on his way. No, Mazda's waiting again. He knows he's got the lead.
Well, he's got the
Ignore
straight
the
line
results
speed as well.
screen. Maserati currently leads that class as he gets through on these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's early to say. Trespasser does seem to have a gap and the pace. However, he still has to go through the chicane with the massive curb. So let's make sure he can finish this race on his wheels, please. We don't want another one on the roof.
Stop talking about it.
I'm just hoping he's got some kind of radio on his car and he can hear me. Please be sensible here.
Sufor's making big gains here. He's not
Oh,
got room.
Sufor.
Ooh, they're close now.
We're coming up to this final corner, and Sufor will be trying everything to get through as Maserati takes the winning prototype 2. But yeah, they've gone around that final corner. I think that's done. Congratulations, Trespasser.
Yeah, but the closest gap in the race between leaders. Fair play. That's a great race. It had everything because they both made big mistakes all throughout there, and in the end, Trespasser just had enough in the tank to come back with a huge gap that was created as Hermani has a puncture at the left rear.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm not sure what I don't know if you remember the qualifying positions, but I think those two were at the front, I believe. So I mean, we've had an hour and a half of racing, and they've ended up where they started.
Can't quite see from the onboard, but you can see the tyre is trying to on the size of these tyres. The tyre's trying to drag itself off the rim. Look at that! You can just see it.
It doesn't look
pulled
easy,
off the
does
rim.
it? Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
dear.
360 though. That's
fantastic.
That's executed well.
Just one corner to go, Hermani. Don't worry, no one's waiting for you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
no one is waiting for Hermani. Well,
But let's observe the tyre as it works its way off the rim. Gently.
knock that out.
Nope, no point. Just bring it to the line.
That's Gabba part there. I think he's waiting for his photo op.
There's his photo op. Wonderful.
So I think we just heard that that was Trespasser and Sufor 1 and 2 in qualifying and 1 and 2 in the race. So I think we're hearing that top 4 in that top 4 in the road class have finished where they started, which after an hour and a half is
top 7.
great.
I think. Maybe all of them, to be honest. We'll check. But I think Majesta qualified. Now, Omar's gone. Majesta has dropped down. But the top 4... top 5 is correct.
That's insanity after an hour and a half of hard racing. It wasn't like they followed each other. We've seen incidents, we've seen like near flips, we've seen spins, everything. And to finish where they started is crazy to see.
Yes, it is. And that means that we should go through our race results and bring this to a close. But in 1 hour, 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 0.84, Gabba wins the Prototype 1 class ahead of Thamuli. We've got Roni there in P3 in Prototype 1, down in P7 overall. Maserati won the Prototype 2 class. A lot of attrition in that one too, but he beat out Lorenzo by a stonking margin in the end, with Simox there in P3. Cried won the Group 5 class with quite a few dropouts in there too, down there in P6 overall. A great effort. But the biggest news on that screen is Trespasser winning the road class in the top 10 as well overall, with a tiny margin over Sufor. A brilliant race-long battle between the top drivers in the road class. But yeah, Steve Martin there at the end just must have lost quite a bit of time because he was just behind those two. So I do wonder what happened between him and Donald. But Steve registered an extra lap down, so potentially forced himself into a pit stop or some other drama befell him at the end. But yeah, Donald taking the 3rd place on the podium in the road class. That is pretty much that. Sears, Jibin, do you want to give us your thoughts?
I'd just like to say on that, the road class as well, Stiefler, reigning champion, down in 5th there. It's obviously not what we'd want to see. I think that's going to be... I think everyone should go and have a look at the championship standings when those get posted, because that's going to be really interesting to see how that class shakes out. But I think another crazy race for different reasons than in the past, as seems to happen every time. We go to a new track, we go to a new race, and new chaos happens. Spectacular to watch. So I think we've seen some brilliant driving, we've seen some great racing. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, Gabor is spinning out, well, and then coming back. As well as Roni jumping on that high jump on the first straight. That was amazing. I loved it. I'm just still wondering, how did he not get that much of damage after 50 jumps? Well, not 50, but 40 at this point. And yeah, great racing. Sue for very high gap. Well, not high because it was 3 seconds, 0.8. And Trespass, well, a pace. No words about that.
Yeah, to claw that gap back, he was quite a way off third place towards the end there. To claw it back past 2 cars, and then go and not necessarily dominate the finish, but because it's pretty close, but steal it up. Great driving.
Epic stuff. Thanks to you both again for joining the commentary box for this one, especially Jibin at late notice, subbing in, which is excellent. So thanks again. But that has been round 4 of the Retro Cup in Live for Speed. We hope you enjoyed it. Bit of a different one this time with Rob and Kieran not available for this, but they should be back for the next round, which is going to take place at Kyoto Ring in 2 weeks' time. Make sure that you join us for the test race next Monday, same time and same place. But yes, the next round that we'll be broadcasting to you is round 5 on November the 10th at Kyoto Ring. Can't wait for it. It's always a good track that provides plenty of room for overtaking, and it is super. It's perfect for endurance. It's one of the best endurance tracks in LFS. So
I'm looking forward to see how we get retro banking, but I'm not sure if. I think retro oval. I'm thinking of a dirt, but I'm going to assume we're not getting that. But yeah, that's interesting to see how that shakes out.
I think we'll guarantee to have some banking somewhere at Kyoto, so that should be fun. And yeah, I think that's just about all we have time for this evening, but I will repeat what I said before. Thank you, Shibin and Sears, for joining me in the commentary box once again, and we'll hope that the audience watching enjoyed themselves, and obviously the drivers, they deserve a rest after that one. 90 minutes of grueling racing up and down all the 4 classes. But congratulations to Gabba, Maserati, Cried and Trespasser for their individual class wins. You'll see them again out and about on the track in 2 weeks' time. But from all of us here at Sim Broadcasts, you can catch us tomorrow for more RTFR action here in LFS and in the future as you check out our calendar for when we're going live. But from all of us here to all of you, it's been a great one. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Pilote, démarrez vos moteurs.